Tomorrow, one of the big Thanksgiving Day games is the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. And I'm just going to say it, Rob. And I know the story. The Detroit Lions, what was it? They came up with the idea of playing on Thanksgiving Day way back in 1934 or something like that. And
correct.
They've played.
I'll give you that.
That's it, right? They've played ever since on Thanksgiving Day, but for a brief break, what, in the 30s or 40s, where, the league just wasn't playing. Well, World War II in the 40s. I'm just going to put it this way, Rob, and I'm going to be honest. I felt this way since I was a little kid. There was a brief respite during the Barry Sanders era when it was okay. But as a kid, I always wondered, why in the world are the freaking Detroit Lions on television every Thanksgiving? And it was them in Green Bay. Remember, Green Bay wasn't that good at that in the 80s, right? And Chicago, they had their down years, obviously. And I was like, they don't put the good teams on Thanksgiving. And I'm going to say this, Rob, I don't care that it was the Lions owner idea in 1934 to play on Thanksgiving. I don't care if the owner of the Lions invented Thanksgiving. I don't care if he invented Thanksgiving and football. I don't care if he invented Thanksgiving, football, and turkeys. The Detroit Lions need to stop being put on television or stop playing on Thanksgiving Day. Now, every now and again, fine. I think, Rob, it should be like Christmas in the NBA. You schedule before the seasons who you think will be the top teams, or some of them at least, and they play on Thanksgiving. Can you imagine if we were going to get to see Kansas City and Tampa Bay tomorrow? If we were going to get to see Green Bay and Baltimore tomorrow? I mean, I would be so excited, so much more excited. Now, granted, you got Dallas. The Raiders are struggling, but at least we get to see the Cowboys. The Bills are struggling with Jameis Winston. Maybe that would have been interesting with the Saints. But I'm tired, Rob. I am sick and tired of seeing the worst franchise in the NFL play on such a big day for national football. I'm saying, and it needs to stop. Enough with the tradition that dates back 90 years or 80 some odd years. It's time to stop putting the Detroit Lions on TV every Thanksgiving.
Chris Broussard, shame on you. And I know people think Rob Parker, the Detroit homer.
Yeah, we do. And the music
ain't gonna help. I worked in the media there for 20 years. Newspaper, radio, television. Go talk to the people in Detroit. They said I hated their city and I hated their teams. But on this day, Rob Parker stands and rises for tradition. I believe in tradition. It is an important part. Tradition is why we celebrate Thanksgiving on the third Thursday every November. And it was 1934 that G.A. Richards, the owner of the Detroit Lions, decided to start this tradition. And Chris, don't you dare try to take it away from the great people of Detroit, the black capital of the United States, of those hardworking people. What have those people done to you? You know what? It's a staple. It's a part of their life. Going to a Lions game and then having Thanksgiving dinner. This was the very same city where people came from all over the South to work in the car factories, the Ford factories, Chris, because Henry Ford paid black workers and white workers the same wage. $5 a day, no matter what color you are, dating back to 1914. Unheard of in these United States. And you want to strip those people and the lineage of those people who have given their all and take the one thing away from them. Detroit has been stripped of so many things. White flight and all the other things, and people have abandoned the city. It's a city built with great people and traditions. I love Detroit. I wasn't born there, but I became a man in Detroit. They've embraced me like I'm one of their own. You know what happened in World War II, Chris? The people of Detroit stopped making cars and made planes and bombs and all the other stuff that they needed for the war, and directly influenced the war in a positive way for the United States. And now you want to bellyache and take away from the great city. It's about tradition. It's about Detroit. It's about the people. To hell with Chris Broussard and you fair weather NFL fans.
Fair weather?
The city is about the Thanksgiving Day game is a celebration of the culture and the texture and the people of Detroit. It ain't just about the Detroit Lions. It's a way of life. And let me give you one more history lesson, Mr. Let's Change Tradition. Detroit, the first place where they had paved roads. That's why there's 8 Mile Road, Chris, because that was 8 miles directly from downtown. The first place where they assigned telephone numbers individually to people was Detroit. The first state fair was in Detroit. How about the first automatic coffee maker was in Detroit? What about Motown? What about Hockey Town? How dare you try to take away the tradition from the great people of Detroit? No way, no how. Long live the Ford family, and long live the Detroit Lions, and long live the tradition of football in Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Enough! All right, you put on your music, you did your history lesson. I wasn't impressed because everything you said had nothing to do with football. Paved roads, state fairs, coffee makers. I'm not trying to take any of that from the people of Detroit. And black people. They got a lot of black people in Cleveland, too. Washington, D.C., New Orleans, both of them called Chocolate City at different times. Baltimore, plenty of black folks. Chicago, Philadelphia. So you can't play that card. The bottom line is their franchise is horrible. And you, of all people, should be ashamed of yourself for trying to defend the Detroit Lions on Turkey Day. I'm sorry. And even if the people of Detroit, which I question, how much they love watching the Lions on Thanksgiving, because they usually get their butts kicked. And even if they come out and win the game and shock us all, it still only lifts their record to like 4-6, 3-8, whatever it might be, because they usually are a bad team. And one win on Thanksgiving doesn't change that, Rob Parker. And the bottom line is Thanksgiving is not just about the people of Detroit. It is about football fans all over these United States of America. And I guarantee you, every fan outside of Detroit has no interest whatsoever in watching the freaking Lions play on Thanksgiving. I'm off from work. I don't have to fight to choose which game I'm going to watch because there's only one at a time on Thanksgiving. It's the one game I have to watch. And you give me the Lions? Stop it. Rob Parker, I don't care if you, what your ties are to Detroit. This was shameful. The Detroit Lions, enough. Get them off the set.
Wow. How you going to diss the people of Detroit, man?
I'm not dissing the people of Detroit. I'm dissing the freaking Detroit Lions.
You can't take it away from that.
877-99 on Fox. Show me your substance. Oh, were you moved by the music? Were you moved by the ties to the city, the history lesson,
Tradition
Henry
is what it
Ford
is.
and
It's
all
tradition.
that? Or are you want some good football on Thanksgiving?